What if I told you the fastest way to make her miss you is to stop needing her altogether? Not pretending, not playing cool, actually not needing her. Sounds impossible right now, especially when your heart's split wide open, but this is where your transformation begins. She walked away. Maybe she ghosted. Maybe she just said, "It's not working." Either way, you're stuck in your own head, drowning in questions, wondering if she ever cared, replaying every moment like it was a movie you didn't get to finish. But here's the hard truth. The more you chase, the more power you give away, and the more you suffer. This video isn't about revenge, it's about evolution. It's not about games, it's about grit. Stoicism teaches us to detach from what we can't control and master what we can, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Dark psychology adds one layer deeper, understanding how emotional absence and self-respect create psychological pull. When you stop showing up for her ego, her mind starts to wander. When you become scarce, you become valuable. This is the story of a man who was broken and rebuilt, who stopped waiting by the phone and started walking his own path, and by doing so, became unforgettable. If you're done waiting for closure, if you're ready to shift the power back to you, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I reclaim my peace. Number 1. Silence is power. After she leaves, the silence hits like a freight train. Your instincts scream at you to reach out, send that last message, get closure, ask why. But every word you type, every call you make, is a brick in the prison of emotional dependence. You think you're fixing things. What you're really doing is giving her all the power. Here's what silence really is. It's not just the absence of noise. It's the presence of strength. It's restraint when every fiber in you is breaking. When she expects drama and tears but gets distance and calm, it shifts the entire emotional equation. She expected chaos. You gave her peace. And that peace, it's haunting. People only start to miss what they feel they've lost. If you're still posting heartbreak quotes, begging through texts, checking her stories, she hasn't lost you. You're still orbiting her ego, and she knows it. But when you disappear, not to manipulate her, but because you're choosing yourself, that silence becomes pressure, and pressure makes people crack. She starts to wonder, is he hurting? Is he with someone else? Why isn't he chasing me? And the longer you stay silent, the more these thoughts grow like weeds in her mind. Your silence becomes the loudest thing in the room. It flips the script without saying a single word. And here's the secret. You're not doing it for her. You're doing it for you. Silence gives you space to heal, to rebuild, to think clearly. It's a clean break from emotional addiction. Stoicism teaches us that we don't need to respond to every impulse, every emotion, every external event. And dark psychology knows this. Withdrawal of attention is more powerful than attention itself. So don't explain, don't chase, don't check in. You've already said enough. Now, let your silence do what your words never could. Reclaim your power. If you're done being the background noise in her life, if you're ready to become the silence she can't ignore, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. Number 2, kill the need. Let's get something straight. Neediness is repellent. It's not attractive. It doesn't pull her closer. It pushes her away. And the moment she feels that you need her to be happy, to be whole, to feel valuable, she checks out. Why? Because need is desperation dressed as love. And desperation is emotional weakness. You think loving her more will win her back. You think showing her your pain will open her eyes. Nope. That only convinces her she made the right choice leaving. She doesn't want to be your savior. She wants to be intrigued. And that happens when you stop needing her. You have to kill the need, emotionally, psychologically, physically. Cut it off. This is about removing her from the pedestal. Right now, you've made her the center of your universe. Every thought, every memory, every what if, it all orbits her. That's not love. That's obsession. Here's the truth. When you need nothing, you become dangerous. You walk into every room already full, already certain. That energy is magnetic, not because you're pretending not to care, but because you genuinely don't depend on her anymore. That's stoicism. That's dark psychological leverage. You start building a life that runs on your own engine. You stop checking your phone. You stop watching her stories. You stop tying your self-worth to her validation. And when she senses that emotional cutoff, it shakes her. The moment she realizes you don't need her is the moment she starts wondering why. So don't fill the silence with begging. Fill it with discipline. Fill it with self-respect. Fill it with purpose. Because the man who needs nothing can walk away from anything, and that's exactly the man she'll regret losing. If you're done craving someone who gave up on you, if you're ready to stop begging for breadcrumbs, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I destroy the need to be needed. Number 3, master your inner war. The real battle isn't between you and her. It's not even about what she did or who she's with now. The real war is happening inside you, right now. It's that mental loop replaying memories, those late-night spirals where you overanalyze every word, every look, every silence. That's the battlefield, and unless you take control, it'll own you. You see, the human mind craves resolution. It wants answers, closure, a clear narrative to explain the pain. But life rarely gives you that, especially not from someone who walked away. So you start filling in the blanks yourself. You create false hope. You build fantasies around a version of her that probably never existed. And that fantasy becomes a drug. You check her social media. You reread old messages. You imagine her missing you, regretting it, reaching out. But every time you indulge in that, you're feeding the enemy inside. And that enemy is your own mind. Undisciplined, reactive, soft. This is where Stoicism steps in. You don't control what happened. You only control how you respond to it. So respond like a soldier. Cut the mental movies. Kill the what-ifs. Replace every craving with action, every intrusive thought with discipline. Wake up early, hit the gym, learn a new skill, set a goal so big you don't have time to daydream. And here's the dark psychology side of it. When you gain that internal control, when you stop giving emotional energy to her and redirect it to yourself, your energy shifts. She'll feel it. Women can sense when the emotional umbilical cord has been cut. They feel the void. They feel the loss. And ironically, that's what starts pulling them back. But you're not doing it for her. You're doing it to win the war inside, and that's the only war worth winning. If you're done losing sleep over what you can't change, if you're ready to stop being your own worst enemy, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, I conquer my mind before I conquer the world. Number 4, stop romanticizing her. Let's call it what it is. You're not missing her. You're missing the version of her you created in your mind, the highlight reel, the soft smiles, the inside jokes, the late-night talks. You're clinging to a fantasy, and that fantasy is killing your reality. She wasn't perfect. No one is. But your mind, in survival mode, edits out the disrespect, the cold replies, the way she pulled back while you leaned in. The truth is, if she truly valued you, she wouldn't have left you in emotional wreckage. But here you are, idolizing someone who walked away from your loyalty. That's not love. That's illusion. This is the time to see her clearly. No more filters. No more excuses. Stoicism teaches us to observe things as they are, not as we wish them to be. You have to strip away the pedestal, remove the emotional makeup you've mentally applied to her. She's not your dream girl. She's just a girl, one who made her choice. And when you stop romanticizing her, you start remembering you, who you were before the emotional addiction, who you could be if you weren't stuck in nostalgia. She doesn't deserve to be worshipped. She deserves to be released. Dark psychology says, when someone feels they've been devalued in your mind, it triggers an ego reaction. When she senses she no longer occupies your mental space, no more pedestal, no more poetry, it makes her question her own worth. That's the shift. That's when she starts to feel your absence. not your attention. But again, this isn't for her, this is for you. You need to stop worshipping someone who couldn't even handle your honesty, because when you see people clearly, you stop suffering over who they were never capable of being. If you're done falling in love with memories, if you're ready to see reality and walk forward, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I see truth over illusion. Number 5. Redirect the obsession. Let's be honest, you're obsessed, not in a creepy way, but in a psychological way. She's on your mind when you wake up, when you eat, when you try to sleep. Every moment, your energy is orbiting her. That obsession, it's fuel, raw, volatile, emotional fuel. But right now, you're burning it in the wrong direction. The Stoic doesn't waste energy on what he can't control. He redirects it, and that's exactly what you need to do. Obsession is power. If you point it at something that feeds you, not bleeds you, you think you're stuck because you miss her. You're stuck because you're not building anything else. Channel that obsessive energy into your body. Train harder. Get leaner, stronger, more disciplined. Channel it into your mind. Read books that sharpen you. Learn skills that elevate you. Channel it into your purpose. Start that project you've been putting off. Build something that outlasts her memory. She became the center of your world because you stopped building yours. That's where the obsession took root. But once your life starts expanding, you'll realize she was just one chapter, not the whole story. And here's the dark psychology angle. When a man who once obsessed over a woman suddenly redirects that fire into himself, it confuses her. She expects you to collapse, but instead, you rise. That shift, it haunts her. You don't text, you don't chase, but she sees you leveling up. And that absence mixed with growth, that's what creates longing. That's what flips the power. But here's the twist. By then, you won't even care if she looks back. You'll be too focused on what's ahead. If you're done wasting energy on someone who isn't thinking about you, if you're ready to use the pain as fuel, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I turn obsession into power. Number 6. Trigger the mirror effect. People don't respond to words, they respond to energy. If your energy is chasing, needy, or restless, they feel it, even if you're silent. But when your energy shifts into calm, focus, and indifference, they feel that too. This is where you trigger the mirror effect. The mirror effect is psychological. It's when your emotional state causes the other person to reflect it back. When you're anxious and desperate, she distances herself. But when you detach emotionally and begin to thrive, she starts to question everything. Your silence becomes contagious. Your absence becomes heavy. And the confidence you're rebuilding silently tells her, I don't need you. I've got me. You're not doing this to manipulate. You're doing it because you finally get it. You're no longer reacting. You're responding with elevation. You're no longer asking, will she come back? You're asking, what else can I conquer today? That's when the dynamic flips. She might reach out, or she might not, but she'll think about it. Wonder why the man who once gave her everything suddenly stopped caring. That curiosity will pull at her. She may even test the waters, watching your stories, liking a post, sending a random message. Don't bite. Hold the line. Remember, the goal isn't to make her miss you. That's a side effect. The goal is to become so aligned, so inwardly full, that your energy radiates strength. And strength, that's irresistible. Not because it's loud, but because it doesn't need to be. If you're done reflecting weakness, if you're ready to become the mirror that shows her what she lost, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I become what others reflect. Number 7. Make pain your ally. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your weapon. Most men run from it. Numb it with distractions, fake rebounds, alcohol, endless scrolling. But here's the truth. Pain is trying to teach you something. It's trying to evolve you, and if you ignore it, you stay stuck in the same version of yourself that got left behind. The Stoics embraced pain, not because they were masochists, but because they knew pain meant growth. It's the fire that forges discipline, clarity, and strength. Your heartbreak? It's a signal, not that you lost her, but that you lost touch with your own power. Right now you have a choice. Drown in that pain, or use it. Let it fuel every rep in the gym. Let it push you when your body wants to quit. Let it be the reason you wake up earlier, stay focused longer, become sharper, harder, more grounded. Channel it until you become the man who doesn't just survive heartbreak. He thanks it. Dark psychology understands something most people don't. The moment you make peace with pain, you become unpredictable. Because most people are controlled by their emotions. But you're using yours to rebuild, and that makes you powerful. That makes you magnetic. She expected you to fall apart, but you turned the collapse into construction. That changes how she sees you. It creates a new storyline in her mind, one where she's no longer the center, and now you are the storm. If you're done resenting the pain, if you're ready to turn it into your greatest ally, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I turn pain into power. Number 8. Become unreachable. You want her to miss you. Become the man she can't access anymore. Not blocked out of pettiness, but elevated out of reach. Because here's the truth. People only value what they can't easily have. If she thinks she can still text you anytime, call you when she's bored, or scroll through your posts and see you stuck in the same place, she feels no loss. Becoming unreachable means disappearing from her emotional landscape. It means you stop broadcasting pain and start building mystery. You move in silence. You work on yourself quietly, while the results speak louder than your heartbreak ever could. She should have to wonder about you, not watch your every move. You level up your style, your fitness, your habits, your income, your social circle. You show, not her, but the world, that your story didn't end when she left. It just began. You make your presence known everywhere else, except in her world. That's what haunts people. Not being hated, not even being forgotten, but being left behind. And here's where the psychological trigger kicks in. When she sees that you've elevated without her, it flips the internal script. Now she's the one who feels left out. Now she's the one who questions her decision. And by the time she realizes it, she can't reach you anymore. But let's be clear, you're not doing this for her reaction. You're doing it because you refuse to be the man waiting in the ruins. You're becoming the man building an empire without her. If you're done being emotionally available for someone who vanished, if you're ready to make your growth louder than your grief, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rise beyond reach. Number 9. Own the room without her. You want to truly make her regret leaving? Stop being invisible in your own life. Own the room. Not with arrogance, not with noise, but with presence. That quiet confidence, that controlled power, that look in your eyes that says, I'm good, with or without you. You see, after heartbreak, most guys shrink. They pull back from life. They dim their light. They wait for her to notice. But that's not how you win. The move is to walk into every room like you own it, like you've already won. Because here's the twist. Energy doesn't lie. When you're grounded in yourself, people feel it. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing attention. You speak less, but say more. You listen more, but understand deeper. Your presence becomes sharper. You don't need her eyes on you. You command the eyes of the room. And here's where it gets psychological. Women are wired to be drawn to social proof. When she sees other people are drawn to your energy, your ambition, your vibe, it hits her differently. Suddenly, you're not the man who cried at midnight. You're the man who evolved under pressure, the man everyone notices without trying. But remember, this isn't about making her jealous. This is about reclaiming yourself. You stop being the version of you that chased validation and become the man whose value is undeniable, even in silence. If you're done playing small, if you're ready to walk in rooms like your presence is the announcement, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below, I am the power in the room. Number 10. Let go completely. Here's the final move, the one that most men never make. You let go. Fully. No more hoping, no more checking, no more wondering if she'll come back. You don't need closure. You don't need revenge. You don't even need her to miss you anymore, because you've already won. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the grip she had on your mind, your heart, your identity. You stop trying to control the outcome and start controlling what actually matters, you. That's the highest form of emotional strength. That's Stoicism in its purest form. You see, power isn't holding on. Power is being able to walk away and never look back. Not because you're bitter, but because you're done. Because you've outgrown the version of yourself that needed her in the first place. Dark psychology tells us this. The moment someone senses they've completely lost emotional control over you, it flips a switch in their mind. They go from secure to shaken. But by then, you're already gone. Not physically, mentally. You've elevated to a place she can't follow. You've moved on not with noise, but with peace. Not with rage, but with purpose. You didn't become colder. You became wiser. And that's what makes her miss you. Not the old you, the new you. The one who doesn't even care if she does. If you're done looking back, if you're ready to let go and walk like a man with nothing to prove, hit that like button. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I let go to rise higher. And remember this, the strongest move you'll ever make is walking away like you never needed to stay. You started this video thinking about how to make her miss you, but now you know the real win isn't getting her back. It's getting you back, the strongest version, the one who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't break. You've learned how to go silent with purpose, cut the emotional cord, master your mind, kill the fantasy, and turn obsession into transformation. You've seen how pain, when embraced, becomes power, how detachment builds attraction, and how presence, real presence, makes you unforgettable. If she comes back, it won't be because you asked. It'll be because you walked, you evolved, you became unreachable, magnetic, and untouchable. That's what makes them miss you, not games, growth. But now you don't care if she misses you, because the man you've become. He's not looking back. He's looking in the mirror and finally seeing who he was meant to be. If this video hit you in the chest, if it lit something in you, don't let it fade. Keep going, keep leveling up, and carry this mindset with you everywhere. Because this isn't just about one girl, it's about never being broken again. This is Stoic Blessing. I'll see you in the next one.